If mortgage rates slip this fall, will it finally be your green light or just a head fake? Let's break down the data, what pros expect next, and the fall traps to avoid in the Kansas City area. There's one fall-only inspection some KC buyers skip that can cost big later. As of this week in mid-August, the average 30-year fixed rate is 6.58%, the lowest reading since last October, according to Freddie Mac. Everyone wants to know what rates will do this fall. Forecasters aren't calling for a free fall, but some do see a gentle glide lower into year-end. Most experts project they'll stay somewhere in the mid to low 6% range through 2026. Fannie Mae's economics team expects rates to end 2025 around 6.2%. The Mortgage Bankers Association projects 2 Fed cuts in 2025 and a 6.5 average percent 30-year mortgage rate this year. While that may not sound like a big deal, pretty much every buyer has been waiting for rates to fall. And even a seemingly small drop like this reignites the hope we're finally going to see rates trending down. Hi, my name is Payne, and I move Kansas City. I get to help families just like yours buy and sell homes, and I absolutely love it. Today, we're addressing a very common question. Should I buy in the fall? Let's jump right in. The magic number most buyers seem to be watching for is 6%. And it's not just a psychological benchmark, it has real impact. A recent report from the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, says if rates reach 6%, 5.5 million more households could afford the median-priced home, and roughly 550,000 people would buy a home within 12 to 18 months. That's a lot of pent-up demand just waiting for the green light. That raises an important question. Does it really make sense to wait for lower rates? Because here's the trade-off. If you're waiting for 6%, you need to realize a lot of other people are too. And when rates do continue to inch down and more buyers jump into the market all at once, you could face more competition, fewer choices, and higher home prices. Consider the unique window that exists right now. Inventory is up, which equals more choices. Price growth has slowed down, equaling more realistic pricing. You may have more room to negotiate, which means you could get a better deal. These are all opportunities that will go away if rates fall and demand surges. So if rates nudge lower this fall, what changes first in Kansas City? Prices, days on market, or seller leverage? KC data tells the story. According to MLS data for July 2025, our median sales price of existing homes is $325,000. That's an increase of 7.2% year over year. The days on market, or how long a listing takes to go under contract, is 29 days, up 26.1% year over year. Our month supply is 2.4, which is up 9.1% year over year. And lastly, the percentage of original list price received for existing homes is 97.7%. Bottom line, prices are up year over year, our listings are sitting longer, and sellers are getting a bit less than their original ask. Nationally, price cuts became more common over the summer. Realtor.com says 20.6% of listings had a cut in July. Zillow also predicts the fall season to be a potential sweet spot, thanks to motivated sellers and more time to shop. So how do you play it if rates drift down a notch while fall inventory opens up? First, understand rate locks. A lock protects you from increases for a set time, commonly 30, 45, or 60 days, sometimes longer. If you lock and rates drop, ask about a float down. Some lenders offer an option to adjust your locked rate lower during the locked period. Terms and availability vary. Pro tip: line up your lock window with your inspection and appraisal timelines so you're not paying to extend the lock over holiday weeks. Okay, rate plan set. Now the fall only traps you don't want to miss. First, the HVAC and heating season handoff. Pay extra attention to the heating system and ask inspectors to evaluate the electrical connections, airflow, moving parts, filters, and more. Doing this before the first cold snap reduces surprises. Does the house have a heat pump or a hybrid system? The Department of Energy recommends professional maintenance to verify airflow, refrigerant charge, and duct leakage. If you've never had a heat pump, it's worth asking the inspector for operating tips. Second, pay close attention to gutters and roofs after leaf drop. Clogged gutters can lead to water intrusion. Pay extra attention if there are big trees close to the home. A fall maintenance sweep, cleaning gutters, verifying downspout flow, inspecting caulking, and roof troubled spots is a standard seasonal prep. Number 3, opt for a radon test, especially relevant in the KC region. During closed up months, it's especially wise to test for radon as part of your inspection. The EPA recommends mitigation at a measurement of 4.0 or higher and encourages testing during real estate transactions. Kansas reports average residential radon at 5.4, and state data notes roughly 1 in 4 houses may have elevated levels, so don't skip this step. Number 4, look for new construction year-end incentives. Builders sometimes sweeten the pot in Q4. Think closing cost credits or temporary rate buy-downs tied to preferred lenders. Offers vary by community and inventory. Last but not least, number 5, negotiating with realistic comps. KC sellers got 97.7% of original list in July for existing homes, not 101 to 102% like peak cycles. Use that to calibrate offers, especially on homes with longer days on market. So, does it all add up to a buy signal this fall? If you need to move in the KC area, here's my simple rubric, R.I.E. Rates, inventory, and expectations. Rates. If you're comfortable at today's 6.6% and your lender offers a float down, shop now and lock when your contingencies are clear. If rates dip, you can potentially tag along. Inventory. Leverage rising days on market and the 97 to 98% of list reality to negotiate repairs or credits, especially after gutter and roof, HVAC, and radon findings. Expectations. Major forecasters see a modest rate improvement by year-end, not a plunge. Waiting solely for sub 6% could backfire if the right house appears or if rates bobble on an inflation print. If you ever want a second set of eyes on a property this fall, I'll connect you with an awesome lender who can map your rate lock to your timeline. We can build a fall-specific inspection plan and negotiate using current KC MLS stats and seller credit opportunities where they exist. As the saying goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. In real estate, there is a similar lesson. Just like planting a tree, the perfect time to buy or sell real estate often seems like it was in the past, when prices were lower, interest rates were different, or competition was less intense. Many people look back and think, I should have bought back then, but waiting for the absolute perfect market conditions often leads to missed opportunities. Thinking about buying this fall, what's your biggest concern? Price, rates, inventory? Drop it in the comments and let's talk it through. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.